So I recently drew an NBA villains lineup, an NBA nicknames lineup, and now I'm gonna make a starting five based on aura. So I'm crafting a team, position by position, based on which players have the most aura. And I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions, so make sure y'all watch the whole video because I'll explain each pick, but let's get started sketching this team. So the first person we're sketching into this lineup right now, this was a super important decision I had to make, and I made the decision to draw LaMelo Ball. Man, that's who we gotta add at point guard. You know, hear me out. Like I said, I gotta craft this team solely based on aura. And like when it comes to like LaMelo's play style, it's really, really unique. It kind of looks like he's playing street ball. And you know, on top of that, he is a fan favorite. You can see by the jersey sales. So I do feel like he earned a spot on this lineup. So right now, you know, I'm just laying out the foundation of the sketch, getting the pose together. I'm drawing him doing his 3-point celebration too, by the way. That's what I'm going for. Now, I will say this. The last time I drew LaMelo, I think it was last year. When I drew him, I did like a different styles video. I'll put up a little preview of that. But part of the reason I wanted to draw him again was because a lot of y'all said I snubbed him in this video right here. When I drew the most entertaining starting five, I didn't include him in it. You know, a lot of comments said I should have drew him in that one, but you know, I did find a spot for him just on a different lineup right here, so you can't get too mad. You can see too, I made his eyes a lot bigger because I'm going for more of a toony art style. That's kind of what I've been using a lot in my recent videos, like this toony type of style. I think a lot of time it comes out looking nice, and I do think it's gonna fit the vibe of, you know, the starting five that I'm going with here. But of course I had to add some ink onto him. And now that it's polished and clean, bro, y'all know what we gotta do. But y'all gotta let me know if LaMelo is the right decision at point guard, because I know this position is stacked. Like in terms of aura, obviously you got Curry, Kyrie, Dame, Westbrook. You know, there's a lot of options. I had to go to the Hornets website real quick and find the right jersey that I wanted to color on him. And of course, you know, I do have to add his tattoos on him. Got to do that, that's mandatory. When I say you are not a threat, I got the game face on. Let me just get in some of the last few details here, and I'll show you so far what it's looking like. Now you can see I did add a grill to him initially, but I didn't like the way it looked. I think it looks better like this, but y'all let me know. We got one player done, so let's move to the next one. Now this is something we can't do, bro. We can't make an aura starting five and not include this man right here. You know, I had a spot reserved for him. This spot had to be reserved. Of course, man, I'm talking about the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We're gonna have him play shooting guard right here. So of course, let me get this sketch together now. I was, like a while ago when I made this video, which was drawing NBA heroes, I was initially gonna add him to that, but he didn't make the cut for that, so I'm happy with this lineup. He's definitely gonna be in it. Yeah. Now I do gotta apologize because I know y'all suggest his name like a ton of times in the comments to draw, and this is like my first time like drawing him. Like that whole entire time I never drew him until now. You know, it took me forever to actually do a sketch of him, but here you can see we got one right now, and of course you had to polish it up, same thing I did with LaMelo. Probably should have mentioned this at the top of the video, but I am gonna only use current players to craft this lineup. Current players with aura, that's what we're looking for. Because if we were doing all time, bro, this starting five would look completely different. You know, we can get maybe 1,000 likes, I'll probably make that video too. I did make a quick trip to the art store, Michael's, and picked up some more paper to use for future videos. I was running low. I didn't even realize that I was on my like last sheet of paper. Now you can see right here, in terms of his jersey, I'm coloring in the like orangish jersey they have. I wanted to use their blue one, but I felt like it would clash too much with the Hornets jersey that I drew on LaMelo, so I went with this. But man, y'all know the deal. I just got some last few details I gotta add, and I'll show you what Shai ended up coming out like. So you can see 2 players down. That's the progression so far. I like how it's coming out. So we got to keep it up. A key player is next. Hey, now my guy I'm sketching here, he's definitely one of the fan favorites. Y'all are always in the comments telling me to draw him, include him in this video and that video. So of course, man, if we're talking aura, we gotta add Anthony Edwards. And I'm gonna be honest, bro, he might be the captain of this team. he might. Now he just had a recent game winner at the time of this video, and you know I'm drawing him in the pose he was in like after he made the shot. So let me try to put him together, get this sketch clean.
They told me time is like money, that's why I made it. I sweated, I spent it a lot.
But if y'all watched the NBA and saw the title of this video, I'm sure y'all knew I was gonna include Ant-Man. Out of like the younger players, and I'm talking like maybe under 30 to exclude like LeBron, KD, and Steph, I think out of the younger players, Ant-Man's probably the most likely to be the face of the league. Other than Wemby, you know, I almost forgot about Wemby, but yeah, those two, I feel like they're probably gonna be the face of the league after Bron, KD, Steph, all them retire. Ink is together, so we gotta add some color to them.
Brown sugar and cinnamon, don't think that I'm the greatest, I just settle for the synonyms. Hey, they wonder what's got it into him, I took a couple losses.
I'm not gonna lie though, this was definitely the hardest drawing so far. I had so much trouble with this. I had to keep on restarting. That's part of the reason this video was delayed for so long, because I kept on trying to fix this drawing. It kept on coming out horrible. I had to like redo his face 3 times, 3 or 4 times.
Looking at the blessings I've been counting. The world been moving crazy.
You can see the aftermath right here, all my supplies on the desk, but you know, I just got a couple of details, the numbering I gotta do. But you can see how Ant-Man came out. I added the Dragon Ball Z like power up around him, but you know, we gotta move on. Now this one I feel like is a wild card pick. I know some of y'all probably aren't gonna agree with this at all, but I feel like he deserves a spot. I'm gonna go ahead and add Kawhi. You know, he has that laid back, calm, unconcerned type of aura. We gotta add him in. I feel like he deserves a spot. Now right here, he also has one of the best nicknames in the league, the Claw, and that's kind of what I'm playing off of right here. I gave him the from Spider-Verse, the Prowler claws. But yeah, man, you can't tell me Kawhi doesn't have aura. I'm sorry. So I got a more cleaned up sketch right here, and of course I had to add some ink on it to polish it. Now we gotta really put this together. So let me get my color out. You can see how my guy Kawhi is looking like. Let me know what you think of the team so far. Like, am I making the right choices? Let me know, but let's move on to the center. So if we added Kawhi with the same reasoning we added him, you know who else we gotta add? And that gotta be Jokic. This is the big man who we gotta put here for the aura starting 5. I think that this is a good decision. But let me just get the details added in for the Joker and I'll fade to the reveal. But before that happens, as always, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It goes a long way, but let's get to it. But hey man, you can see the lineup right here. Y'all gotta let me know if I made the right decisions. Are these the players with the most aura in the NBA? Y'all gotta let me know. But if you wanna see some more NBA videos just like this, I got them lined up right here. You can just click on these videos here. But thank you guys for watching. New videos coming soon, and I'm out.